If your content doesn't hook people in 3 seconds, the algorithm isn't the problem, your script is. Today, we're going to be talking about creating content that hooks people within 3 seconds. See, social media has created a very, very, very interesting world currently. See, it used to be a time where when you go on social media, you go there to go find your friends, see what they're doing, like it, but the algorithm has changed completely. You find that now when you go on your phone, you'll be seeing content of things, yes, that definitely interest you, and then you keep on seeing more and more of that. Now, you can't even find your friends. You have to search for them individually. And so, in a world like that, nobody is really interested in what you have to say until you can tap into their problems, their frustrations, and show them that you have a missed opportunity for them. Now, this probably sounds like you. See, one thing that a lot of businesses like to do is boring introductions, lacking any context, full-on explanations of what they've been doing for the last 20 years. It will usually go something like this. Hello, welcome to blah, blah, blah. We have been around for the last 50 years and we've been doing great work for the world until wah, wah, wah. No one cares because, well, 50 years ago, many of us weren't even there. At the end of the day, people don't stop scrolling for information. They stop scrolling the moment they realize you've got a solution to their problems. So what does that look like? See, when it comes to scripting, every single one of your videos need what we call a hook. Now, what is a hook? Basically like a fish hook, you're hooking the audience and bringing them out of the water, out of the depths of the ocean, and showing them what life could be like. See, within 3 to 5 seconds, you need to be able to captivate your audience and already interest them into hearing more of what you have to say. An example of a hook sounds something like this. You're poor, and it's not your fault. Today, I'm going to tell you one reason why. You see, that's a hook. Nobody likes to hear that it's not their fault more than poor people do. Another example of a hook could be like, if you struggle to lose weight, here's something your doctor probably isn't telling you. That's another hook. You're interested, you're curious. What is happening here? My doctor, the one person I've been trusting for the last 10 years. Another example of a hook could be, your business keeps attracting bad leads, and that's why you need to start investing in your content. Let me explain further. See, something like that. See, that's what you call hooking the audience, because with every single line that I've shared, immediately, first of all, I speak directly to an individual who, one, could be my target demographic, two, has the same problem, the pain point that I have the solution for, and three, someone who probably might have then the purchase power to buy into whatever it is that I need. And so a lot of us might be facing this problem where your content looks very good. You've got the best videographer, you've got the best cameras, you've got everything invested in the content that you produce, but you're still not getting any leads, or you're not selling anything. And one of the reasons this is like, I don't know if any of you have ever seen those, especially with memes. The best memes are always in the worst quality possible. Now, why is that? Because at the end of the day, good content is good content. And that's what you need to be focused on before you consider, oh, what kind of camera am I going to be using? Oh, what kind of lights? What kind of what? You need to have good content first. Because if you can't get people organically, what makes you think later on when you start paying for advertisement space that people are going to be interested, right? Now, another thing that we need to understand when we're creating hooks for content, because when I also say content, we need to understand it's not just video. It's also maybe you're writing a blog, you're writing script, anything, whatever it is, right? Good content happens by creating curiosity and open loops. What do I mean by this? You don't have to explain everything the moment the camera switches on, right? You need to entice the people. It's almost like you just met someone you want to hit on the street. You don't immediately go and say, I'm in love with you. When you say something like that, immediately it kicks people aback. You need to, soothe yourselves into it. It's the same way when you're creating content. You guide people into that which you have by creating curiosity and then leaving room for explanation. Now, another thing that we need to understand when we are writing scripts that hook people or creating content that can hook people is that we first need to understand how attention works. See, when people are scrolling on their phones, they're watching content, reading things, in a lot of times they use what we call selective attention. And then once you're able to hook that selective attention, you get into what we call sustained attention. See, selective attention looks like this. You see a piece of paper, you start browsing, your brain is kind of searching for keywords to kind of understand what is going on here. So let's say I'm reading a newspaper. That's why people always go for things like someone murdered or business, $100 million. People search keywords. It's the same thing with content. So when people are watching and scrolling on their phones, they're listening in to keywords as to what can I gain out of this? What actually is happening here? Once you can get people out of the selective attention and get them into what we call sustained attention, then that's where the money is made. Now you have the kind of attention that will last longer than 3 to 8 seconds, and now you can actually explain that what it is that you have, giving them clarity, frameworks. But at the end of the day, all this can't happen if you don't know how to create content that hooks people. So if there's anything that you can take away from this, is that you need to be able to hook people within 3 to 5 seconds. And you do that by creating curiosity and not explaining everything at the get-go.